Hello, gentle friends, and welcome back to another exciting edition of our Rebel coverage of the Season 14 Play-ins Division A. My name is Counterfeit, alongside Cal the Gum. Cal the Gum, oh, what have we got on the menu today?
We have got a double derby. Both coaches from Austria. Both coaches playing Necromantic. It's going to be exciting. You could say Shiza is going to hit the fan.
Ah, I see what you did there. It took me a little while to catch up, but now I'm all on board. Lovely.
I've been thinking that one all week.
And that was a week well spent, let me tell you. Alright, let's waste no time and get onto the pitch as we load in. I believe our players are ready to go. So, Callaghan, I guess our biggest concern here is figuring out how to differentiate the teams.
So the team we are currently looking from, the side of Saints Gone Wild, the underdog, but only slightly. Shieldberry's team value was 1380. The team value of Hindy's team is probably like 1440. Because we weren't quite sure, because he didn't level up one of his players until the last second, did he?
No, he was being coy about what wanted to go onto the zombie, and it looks like it's going to be Kick. Oh no, wait, am I looking on the right side of the pitch?
Wrong team, I think you're looking at.
Ooh, who should I be looking at?
We should be looking.
I think it's Greed the Zombie with block.
Greed the Zombie, yes. Block sensible choice. I think no one's going to have any complaints with that. We're straight into it. You haven't got your stuff set up. Your
Yes, I realised that I accidentally messed it up, but don't worry, I'll get it sorted out as we go. So, first kick in. Notable with Midnight Messiah, Agility 4 Wolf.
I don't think we've seen him pick up the wall, though.
No, that's true. Multicore actually gets the ball kicked directly to them, so we'll have the balls running around whacking people instead.
Yeah, we've got 4 players on the pitch who are 1 SPP away from a level up, so considering it is still, people are still going to want to get those level ups, we should be seeing hopefully a bunch of level ups by the end of the game.
Alright, it looks like I won't be able to fix the TV for this game. Apologies. I messed around with the scene and accidentally broke the team value displays, so you'll just have to take our word for it for the time being. Alright, so Callaghan, you actually played against the Saints Gone Wild team in your last match with the Wood Elves. What did you make of them?
Reasonably good coach. He got caught out by diving tackle, and that's what lost him the game. So what we could see here, as long as there is no super tricksy skills on Hindy's team, so it's going to be a straight up bash fest, I think, with for the sake of Shieldberry, who's the guy I kind of want to win, or if we're considering for tactical reasons, we should see no nonsense potential 2-1 either way.
Yes, so given the Shieldberry lost against you, that would make sense. You want Hindy's team to lose as well to give you the best chance of making it through.
Yes, because theoretically, if you lose 2 games, you're got no chance. If you lose 1 game, you've got a very high chance of getting in still. So if Hindy loses, if you lose 1 game, you got a high chance of getting in. If Hindy loses, that's 2 coaches who have already lost a game, and then all I need to do is just coast through and do just enough in each game. But yeah, all we're going to see is probably going to see a blitz coming off in a second. We're going to probably see Nightcrawler. I think it's Nightcrawler on the left-hand side of the screen. You can see the Flesh Golem with block.
Let's see. Oh yes, I see. So Diabolism has got double mark, so right, that could, and they got stand firm as well. Notable for
Stand
Stand
firm.
Wild. Oh, hello. And there we go.
Gets
That's claw.
Gets it. And if he keeps him still, you probably should not use stand firm here.
Looks like they haven't. It's going to be a pushback, which will mean that werewolf ends up next to a mighty blow white, who's just one SPP from leveling. Oop, never mind.
Smart move. Make that dodge. It's better to take the armor roll without mighty blow than with mighty blow. Probably going to see the dirty player move up as well, just to secure that line and make it so that no funny business can come down the left hand side.
Okay, so notable on this team is we've got the two wolves, Lupus Day and Midnight Messiah. They are at very different stages of development from each other.
That generally seems to be the case when it comes to necromantic teams. One of the positionals does very well, and the other one struggles to get a single SPP. So Lupus Day, obviously being only on 5 SPP, the moment he gets a level up, we're going to see the other werewolf. We're going to see the other werewolf die. It's just a fact. It's just a fact of how this game works, and you're going to see probably it happens with blitzes as well. When one gets to very good, the other one will die. It's just a fact. It's just how that happens.
So, as we're getting closer to Hindy's first turn, we have to look towards their own work. In fact, no, I tell you, we're actually on Hindy's turn right now. It passed over without us noticing. So we are going to see the blitz. So this is from a block tackle wolf, which unfortunately for Hindy won't make the hit.
Yeah. The idea was if he fails to knock down the white but gets a push, you'll be pushing him into Mighty Blow. But it doesn't even need that. The other option is there could be a foul inbound, but I doubt it considering the dirty player has already moved.
Yes. So bear in mind as well, as we see around the Hindy team, there's actually 3 instances of tackle on there, so that Blodge White is going to have a bit more of a struggle than normal.
Yes, very much so. I also am quite worried about the amount of tackle on this team being a dodgy elf team. I obviously do not like seeing so much tackle.
Yes, I'm very curious to see, to know, or if we could have figured out, I didn't even think to check, when this all came onto Hindy's team, if this is a specific development for this league or not.
There was definitely tackle before the league, before it started. There was definitely tackle before when the draw was made. There was quite a bit of tackle, so it might have been due to the fact that he was in 5A, and that contained at least 2 elf teams. Anyone who watches Harring's streams would be familiar with that. I suspected we were going to see a blitz on the right hand side, but on the flesh golem, but not following up suggests otherwise.
Yes, it's going to take a lot to get a 2 dice block onto the flesh golem as well with the stand firm, making them exceptional roadblocks. There is a ton of space over on the right hand side though.
The werewolves will be able to reposition, so he's probably going to try and pin one of them, or get a blitz off on one of them. Probably stay in the centre as well, keep his options open. He's got the manoeuvrability and he's got the time. Doesn't need to go just yet. And obviously, what's really important is about getting casualties early on.
Well, yeah, we're in a claw-rich environment here. 4 players on the pitch with claw to be able to break through some of these tougher armor values. There we go, desperation. That's going to be the first injury.
That's the first one. And is that a level up? Oh no, it's not a level up. Desperation was the one that got downed. So that's 2 SPP for the brand new Nochidoza, who is new for this game after one of his zombies died at the end of last game. Or was it in the middle of last game? I forget.
I think it was in the middle. It was one of those really random deaths that you don't see coming, but at least as you said, it wasn't a werewolf copying it, which is normally how it works.
I'll be surprised if we don't see an injured important player because of all.
Callaghan, why do you think that is? Why do werewolves and the like always seem to be getting injured?
It is a curse, and it's also the fact that It is also the fact that many people in this league, I will name drop a couple, Mr. Civilian and Rob Top. Any of you in 3B, you'll know who I'm talking about. Will tell you that regeneration is a fake skill, and it truly is a fake skill because it only works half the time.
Yeah, I don't know what the odds are when you compare it to Apothecary.
50-50.
Well, I mean, like in terms of, over time, how effective it is. I guess it's kind of hard to make a one-to-one comparison because you don't get to choose when you use it.
Well, you have to consider it this way: you have to take 50% of your serious injuries. Let's say your star werewolf gets killed. 50% chance of that player coming back, as opposed to an apothecary, because obviously you save your apothecaries in those sort of situations for that important player. It is a 2/3 chance of becoming down to a not even a serious injury werewolf.
Okay, so it's kind of a the regeneration gives you more coverage, but at less reliability.
Yeah. It's just regeneration is for everyone, but the apothecary is for that important player when you really don't want him to take that serious injury.
You're saying regeneration is a lot like communism. Is that what I'm hearing?
Sure, if you want to. Apothecaries of the world unite, I guess.
That's true. I'm just trying to make the stream more controversial because that's what we need in this world. It's controversial views during a Blood Bowl match. There we go.
We need more controversies in this world. Clearly we need more of that.
So I have received an update from Hindi. Apparently the reason why we're not seeing anything happen at the moment from Shieldberry is that they've been on to a call, so the game is actually paused despite what we're seeing in the spectator view.
Sometimes life gets in the way of Blood Bowl.
So with that in mind, let's take the time to draw on the screen. Let me just make sure that's all working, because it changes itself every single time. What a pain in the butt. Let's see if it's going. So, what at least we can see here, there's a fair few players that are still to be activated on Shieldberry's side of things. What do you expect we'll see for the rest of this turn?
I suspect we will see the Flesh Golem move to the left. We'll see a cage form up behind it. We will see the dirty player get blitzed, and then, if he's lucky, we'll see the dodge white dodge away from claw tackle. That is what I would see, because it moves him forward a tiny bit, and what it does is it will give him more room out. However, thinking about that, you might also he might get surrounded, so he's going to have to start getting removals sooner rather than later.
Okay, there we go. Can you see my scribbling attempts on the screen?
Yeah. I was going to say the flesh, because we haven't seen the blitz yet. We'll see the Flesh Golem move diagonally up, allowing a blitz on the dirty player.
Oh, I see. Isn't that kind of risky though? Because I mean, we've got all of these, extra players here who are ready to receive. Even if you if you don't go for a both down, then you're going to end up at least next to a werewolf.
Well, you're not going to follow up with the white.
Oh, you're right, with the mighty blow, white.
Yes.
Okay. I'm so used to the idea of blitzing primarily with the wolves that I didn't even consider that idea.
Well, my thing is, if I was building a necromantic team, and I'm not a necromantic coach, so I'm not building a necromantic team, is I would not even take a ghoul, because werewolves, yes, they have claw, but they have access to regeneration. And the ghoul, if it takes an injury, it has to take an injury. No ifs, no buts. It takes an injury, no regeneration on them. So I would make one of your werewolves into a ball handler, and the other one, if he rolls a double, into a killer.
That makes sense. Yes, so the old claw mighty blow combo.
And your white is just general blitzers until then, and then guard as well. So you have a white blitzer, you have a killing style white, you have a guard style white, you have 2 guards, guard style flesh golems, a ball handling werewolf, a killing werewolf if you're lucky, otherwise a second ball handling werewolf, and there's zombies just to get the general skills and a bit of dirty player.
Okay, unfortunately it looks like the call is going to take a little bit longer than we'd anticipated, but there's not a huge amount we can do about that. So I guess we can just theory craft around necromantic teams for the time being. Because, yeah, I feel like, I don't know if there are any necromantic coaches in our chat. Hopefully, neither of Shieldberry nor Hindi is, so that sort of limits our field a little bit.
I'll be cynical and say I don't think anyone's in the chat.
You're lying, everyone's here. All your friends.
All my friends.
I will
you
take the opposite.
Sod.
I will. Oh, I didn't even realise I was being mean. I'm sorry. Okay, I will take the opposite view, just so we can have a discussion. I think you should take a ghoul, despite the fact they have regeneration, and despite the fact they are a bit of a liability, because of the following reasons. Firstly, any skill you give to your werewolf to allow for ball handling, like sure hands and things, is reducing their ability to function as a blitzer, and they're amazing blitzer. Like, keeping them in a cage and things. I mean, keeping a werewolf in a cage, I mean, that's just immoral.
That's I said one killer though. One werewolf killer and one ball handler.
Yeah, but why not just have 2?
Because you're only going to be blitzing once per turn.
Yes. I guess the thing I would be
and sometimes you might not want to go into frenzy, which is why you've got a white killer as well.
Yes, I do like the idea of having the white killer. So, I mean, you pointed out before, so cardinal sin for Saints Gone Wild. You're right. So when you've got a situation like this here, where you actually don't want to frenzy in, then you've got it. I really like the which one is it? The werewolf with tackle though.
Yeah, that's a reason. It's a good choice. It's basically it's double fishing. He's fishing for a double on that player. You might. Oh, there we go. Cardinal sins, but game started again.
Oh.
And we are going to see my predictions, but he's going to do it in a slightly better way. I think that's very risky because you are going to leave yourself based with the werewolf, and that's a flesh. But that doesn't matter when you just roll like that.
Yeah, that was well, I mean, this is the power of guard, and this is something that is missing for the most part from Hindi's squad. I think they've got the one player with guard. But as soon as Nightcrawler walks in, you could get away with making a block right in the middle of everything else and then just dodging out.
Can we check? Did Saints Gone Wild spend some money to get a babe?
Let's have a look. It looks like a bribe.
A bribe?
Interesting.
Hold
choice.
on. How did they get the bribe? Did we miss something?
They might have spent our treasury. Oh, it's going to be a foul.
In treasury. Is the ball safe? The ball would not be safe if you roll a double.
No double. It's going to be a KO.
It's a KO and a double. That was risky. There was a potential. There was a chance that the ball was going to be unsafe there. I'd make a bounty pass here because that ghoul does need to level up. Because obviously he's going to keep his ghoul. So make that level up. Get Montecore the level up. And then you'll be laughing all the way to the bank. Because I believe, what's the other player that needs to level up? I believe it's the other werewolf needs to level up as well.
Yes. I mean, something you've got to watch out for though is, even though one werewolf has been knocked out, the other werewolf does have plus movement on a player that already has a pretty ludicrous movement range.
So that's now a movement 9 werewolf. I think. Yes. Ooh. Gives as much as they take. Mighty blow on the zombie that does nothing, and let's have a look at that regeneration roll. Fake skill.
Ooh. Okay, so what have we got? 2 KOs for how good people turn evil, and 1 badly hurt. Worth noting, Shieldberry is one of the 2 teams that actually does have a spare player.
Oh, we're gonna see a surf. Bye bye, White. Phantom of the Funeral is gonna be back later.
Yep, they're just taking a little bit of a rest, but yeah, I mean that's one way to deal with a player that has got blodge when one of your tackle pieces just got taken out.
Yeah, but that's bold. I see what he's doing. He's now got 2 dice on the flesh golem, but he has surrounded the right hand side of the pitch, so it looks like this is almost a surrender of the drive in hopes that he can punch back. Another player choosing we have not seen stand firm actually being used this game, despite 3 blocks on flesh golems.
Yes, it looks like each time the strategic possibility of not using the skill has won out over the possibility of staying in place. Notable is that have got Mr. Sinister a blodge stand firm flesh golem as part of the game for Saints Gone Wild.
Truly, it's one of the most beautiful things in the world. Blodge stand firm. Blodge stand firm. You can't beat it.
It is literally impossible.
The only way to beat it is blodge stand firm with guard.
Oh, I like it. You are right, though, that does delay the guard, which we would be expected to be seeing from the flesh golems fairly early on in development.
Well, does Mighty Blow work this time? Nope. But we might see if Shieldberry is lucky, we might see a foul attempt on the flesh golem, which is standing close to the centre of the pitch. But I think first he's going to make that ball safe.
So cage up the pitch, the ghoul still in possession. I think you're right, Montecore is quite likely to just, well, it's actually seeming like a situation where Montecore might get the chance to, rather than hand off, make that vanity pass to get the level up and become a blodge player for next game.
I think make a vanity pass to the other werewolf, and the other werewolf will then go for the touchdown, and then that will give you 2 level ups in one. He's still got 4 rerolls, so he's got plenty of time. So as long as he plays his cards right, and that looks like to me he's not going for the block on the flesh golem, instead choosing to say, let's leave you there and make it so you can't move that flesh golem. But we are going to see a foul.
Oh, dead! Seduction!
Dead.
This is a
Playing
block
skill.
And tackle. Regenerated!
But regeneration worked. And, to make it even worse, send off.
There's the bribe, though. Okay, so let's do a play.
Well-placed bribe is very useful.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty substantial for Shieldberry.
That is a lot of removals. Again, they're not the most important pieces apart from that werewolf. It's been a lot of zombies getting removed. But it looks like the flesh golem might get blitzed potentially. Because you've got a choice. Do you want to claw that? He's going to claw it. And that's... Ooh, dirty player standing right there.
I mean, you've got a stun already. It seems a little greedy, but I mean, this is a guard flesh golem, so I think all bets are off when it comes to getting rid of them.
Would you rather flesh golem gone for 1 turn or for all the turns?
It's tough, isn't it? Because, particularly for Hindy's team, I don't think Hindy's got a... No, Hindy doesn't have a bribe. So if they start fouling with a team that's already a little light on players, starting only with 11, they could run out of players pretty darn quick.
I suppose so. It's now going to be a case of game management. It's like picking your blitzes and maximising your block dice. Obviously, ideally, you want to go for the movement well, but that's not going to be an easy target to go for.
Okay.
Come on, make the pass! Make the pass!
We might see it. I mean, at this point, the only player... Let's see. So with 6... I don't know why this doesn't show us. There we go. Yeah, if the ball is passed over in this section here... Oh, okay, it's not going to happen this turn. But the ball's... If you screw up the pass, it's still relatively safe.
That's what I was thinking. Though we could actually just see the pass at the end of the game. Because... that's the other option, considering you've got a whole game to get that level up. As long as you get the level up, it doesn't matter.
Well, you've also got an agility for Wolf you could be passing too, if you want to maximise your chances of actually that pass being successful.
True. But again, it's not. It's about getting the SPP on the right person, because then you want to get the ball. You want to get the ball near the Wolf as well.
Oh, hello.
We are going to see blitz on the dirty player, followed by a block on the flesh golem, I would suspect.
There's the 2 assists. Looks like it's going to be Coleus Sanctus who's going to be doing the duties. But yeah, the Wolves have been kept a very long way away from a potential score.
Yeah, it seems he is going for a just score with the flesh golem.
Okay, so Blitz has been burned. Main player left for Hindi, being bad plays working the werewolf.
We could see a reroll on that.
Oh, it's no good. It's not terrible though.
It's not terrible, but it's like, you may as well. You've got 4 rerolls with 5 turns. Yeah.
There's the stand firm, finally got used.
Well, yeah, you obviously stand firm in that case, because there's a chance that you're going to punch down the block agile werewolf.
Yeah, so reinforcements could be coming. It seemed like Hindi hasn't been really putting the priority on the ball at all. I keep forgetting, this is not the training grounds which I am part of, where it doesn't matter who wins. This is the play-ins, where it absolutely doesn't matter who wins, and in fact who wins every single game.
Well, Hindi, who was very confident when the draw came out that he was going to win the whole league, he thought he was going to get first place, but he needs to actually make an attempt to force an early score.
Is Hindi trying just to get as many removals as possible?
Yes, that's exactly what he's trying to do. And can he get someone else in base contact? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, these are some important go. He's not going to do that. What's the plan? Where's he blitzing to?
Ooh, Cardinal Sin. We'll get hit. We'll get nailed.
That play's working. Get a KO. And that is going to be a force to score next turn.
Yeah, the KOs being, of course, the bane of the regeneration teams, because while you can apothecary a KO if you are particularly manic, you can't regen it.
Well, yeah, KO is the same role as a regen, just every single drive.
True.
Let's see, one last block. Are we going to see one last removal? No.
Oh boy, I guess you remember it every time it happens with the werewolves. Armor value 8 is probably their only main weak point in terms of bad stats.
Armor value 8 isn't even that bad. It's certainly better than... It's average. It's average.
Okay, back across to Shieldberry once more. As you said, they are heavily threatened here. Don't think they can hold off any longer. But what happens if there is a score here.
If there's a score here, there is going to be 4 turns of Hindi going for him score himself. If Necro can do it, then Necro can do it. So if Hindi can do it, then if Shieldberry can score in four turns, well actually it's 5 turns. Hindi can score in 5 turns.
Alright, there's the score.
Level up for the goal.
Hey Jack Duck, welcome to the stream. You're here in MC5 Caster, yes. And it's lovely to see you as well. Today we're doing Blood Bowl for the Reddit Eternal Blood Bowl League. This is the play-in section. My co-commentator Caldegum, actually one of the coaches playing in the play-ins, and these are 2 of their opponents. One of which, Caldegum, you've beaten already.
Yeah, I want to beat Shieldberry. You did a bit of damage to my team though, so.
Oh, look at those KOs.
Good KO dice, it's always useful.
We are back up to full, not full entirely, but pretty darn close. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so Hindi's at full strength with 12 players, 1 in reserve. Shieldberry is at 4, 5, 6, 7.
It should be at 11 as well.
Okay.
I don't feel confident for Shieldberry here.
Yeah? What is it that's jumping out at you?
That extra movement on the Welf. It's going to be very useful as a scoring threat now. Because block and dodge, that player is going to be hard to knock down. And if he gets it, he can get it where he needs to get it, you know. So it's going to be 1-1 at half time.
So
there is definitely another score this half.
Yes, so Shieldberry going to be kicking it to how good people turn evil. We'll definitely keep our eyes very closely on bad plays working, as you said. That huge movement should allow him to get down the pitch very far, though only the other werewolf will be able to keep up with them.
Well, he doesn't need to. All he needs is the werewolf 3 squares in, not even that, 2 squares in at the start of turn 8, and then he's got an attempt. He's got 2 rerolls, I believe. Yes, 2 rerolls available still. So all he needs to do is get a couple of squares in, and it's quite easy to hold a player in with just when you're 2 squares in. When you've got a bit of stand firm, as the flesh golems do.
Both flanks being anchored by those flesh golems. See, Hindi here has protected themselves a little bit against any potential blitz shenanigans. No players in a vulnerable position. Even the front werewolf is actually protected by the cloud of zombies.
We're probably going to see the werewolf blitz the player, blitz left, and then we're going to see just to maximise the chances he gets a knockdown, and then the rest of the 2 get knocked down, and maybe a blitz on a target if one presents itself. Ooh!
There we go. It's good to
Deep
prepare for a
ball.
blitz, because it does happen. Oh boy,
As
yeah,
you
that
found
kick.
out.
Yes, I found that out the hard way in my Trading Grounds game, for sure.
It's very deep, so you obviously don't commit too much to it. But
Do you try and
you're
chase
gonna have
that
to
ball?
commit.
Do you think if you're Shieldberry, do you try and go after that ball, even though it could
If you-
potentially go off the pitch?
You do, but if you do, you have to go with your edged up werewolf. And if you go with your edged up werewolf is getting hurt next turn.
Yes, it's risky. I mean, it's an interesting game to be in where you've got these 2, this amazingly strong and fast player on both sides of the equation. So to an extent, they negate each other's individual strengths.
So that guard there is just trying to make it harder to knock down any players on the line of scrimmage. We are. What are we going to see? We are going to see a 2 dice against the Flesh Golem. Is it going to be a Mighty Blow? Probably. I doubt it will be with Frenzy, because that seems like a very bold choice when there's a dirty player standing right behind it. There's still nowhere decent for that werewolf to go, though. It's gonna get hurt.
It does look like at least we are... Okay, so you're right. Won't see the Frenzy player coming in. It's going to be Cardinal Sin with a re-rolled hit. Will mean that that Flesh Golem is going down. Will it stand firm? It will.
I will.
Stay alright.
Don't think I would have re-rolled it. Obviously, power of hindsight, clearly. But I feel like that was... Where's he going to put his werewolf? He can't really go for that now. And he's basically said, right then, the play's coming down the right-hand side. So Flesh Golem's obviously got a base also up with a Flesh Golem, but we're going to see... I don't know what the plan is in 2 turns' time when that line breaks and the werewolf is in scoring threat position. What he's going to do?
Oh. I thought I commentated. May need to step away for a second.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. So we've had the Blitz, we've had the Flesh Golem knocked over. It hasn't resulted in too much of anything there. Well, I mean, it's not the knockdown, but this is an armor value 9 player, and the armor roll, which needed to be a 10, or I suppose at least a 9, didn't happen, and it's even going to end up being kicked off of the pitch entirely. So there's a touchback, which I'm sure Shieldberry is feeling a lot better about not committing deep into the pitch now to try and chase the ball, which would have, as we've seen, be no longer accessible.
I'm back, didn't miss much. Looks like the ball went off. What was the kickoff event? There was Blitz, obviously, sorry.
Yes, it was the Blitz and their touchback because the ball went off the pitch, so the ball got handed directly to that plus movement werewolf.
And now we're going to watch that line break.
First bit of club run. No armor break though. Where do you hit next?
You hit the white on the right hand side.
Aha, that makes sense. The blodge white.
Mm-hmm.
There we
go. Probably follow up. Hi, Kanuki.
Hey, Kanuki. How's it going?
That's the positive attitude I like to see, Kanuki.
Yes, Hindu's the REBBL admin playing here today. Oh.
Yeah, sensible one, dice.
So, Kanuki, to catch you up on what's been happening, Shieldberry did score relatively early on because Hindi basically just didn't try and stop them. There were tons of KOs, but they were nearly all came back. So we've kind of had a bit of a reset here, just with Hindi getting the opportunity to score in Shieldberry's half.
Yes, he had the traditional REBBL admin win last round. It was clearly not suspect at all.
Yes. Okay. What are we seeing here?
He's not passing the ball this time, of course he doesn't need to. So we're going to probably see a blitz with the other werewolf on the guard golem.
There we go. No, it's actually going to be the goal.
On the goal. Of course, more chance. KO.
No regen for you. Well, it wouldn't be any regen anyway, but... Okay. What do you think of that target selection from Hindi there?
It's reasonable because he was always going to get a 1 dice on the flesh golem. I was thinking a 2 dice would have been good. Hi. Question: is it Kia she or she Sind? Kia Sind. That's what I'm going with at the moment. I'm not sure because we wasn't sure last week.
Oh yes, I forgot as well. There was some particular pronunciation based on Gaelic or Welsh stuff, or maybe Irish.
it was Irish, but I wasn't sure which bit was the bit that was supposed to be pronounced she, because it's the Irish language.
I would imagine the second part, since it's got all the letters for she in there. But you're right, you can never really assume. That's actually, the central line's holding relatively well for Shieldberry.
He's still got a couple more turns.
Gaelic always get confused between Scots and Irish variants. I'm not sure either. I'm definitely not a linguist by any means. I hope hopefully Kia can clarify again, and hopefully just be patient with us for constantly forgetting how that name works.
Well, we call him Kia, but it might be Shia.
That's true. Oh boy. Well, I'm never too afraid of being wrong. So, as we look around, we've got still the line holding for Shieldberry. One removal on the Ghoul, which is being KO'd. The Blodge White holding pretty well on the right-hand flank. And the actual Tackle Wolf, who would be the optimal way of taking care of that White, is on the opposite flank from it.
She is the Irish Gaelic pronunciation of language.
Ah. Oh, so Kate She, is it? Interesting. What does that word mean? If it turns up in all these places. I'm kind of curious, Kia, why you chose that particular word. Alright, let's check back into the game though, as we do get... It looks like Shieldberry is actually maybe going to start making some moves towards the ball.
Interesting there. Well, we're going to see a werewolf blitz. We're probably going to see it on the right hand side. But unless he shores up behind those two ghouls, those two zombies, we are probably going to see a break down the middle.
We'll go elves. Norse and elves got some more Ireland and Scotland fairies. I know that for Lord of the Rings, there's a lot of Norse names, I think, in the mix.
Anglo-Saxon. All the humans are Anglo-Saxons.
Yeah, like Gandalf, I think.
Yeah, Gandalf is Norse. Yeah.
Oh, is it Finnish for Elvish? Interesting. Alright, so there's exactly as you predicted, the werewolf, and it will be a pushback. And there we go. Necromantic the Flesh Golem will get put down. No injury. That's only a total of 6, even with the claw. Gosh, I think Shieldberry and Hindi hoping for that wonderful day when they'll get Mighty Blow Claw.
Claw plus Mighty Blow is equal to skill.
I'll believe it.
I played against a team by a coach called Hargrim. Some people might have heard of him. With a team that I just chuckled when I saw it.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, Morgan Le Fay. I've heard of Morgan Le Fay.
Yeah. I have a feeling that we're going to be told that Morgan Le Fay is not remotely accurate.
Well, the whole King Arthur legend is made up by the French.
Really?
Yeah. It was made up by the French to romanticize French or the French ideals of chivalry.
Interesting. Well, it worked.
And you'll find stories about Charlemagne which are suspiciously similar to stories about King Arthur, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Charlemagne. But the stories about so it was basically just King Arthur is just a co-op to French history, which is why Tolkien wrote his books, because he didn't like the idea of British mythology actually just all being French.
How interesting! I'd never heard that idea before. Let's check back in with the game though, because we've got an advance from Hindi bringing their guard Tackle White into play, and it looks like they actually are going to start making that move down the pitch. So this is the movement 9 bad plays working with block, dodge, and the ability to cross most of the pitch whenever they please.
And in scoring position.
They are in base to base though, with a werewolf and a white.
But he hasn't blitzed yet. So which one are you going to blitz? Probably the werewolf. And then get more tackle zones against the white.
There we go, there's the hit, there's a takedown onto losing to kill teams, but they do not get killed, despite their inauspicious name.
But now you've got another problem. That wolf has now got to make a dodge out, and you've already got. Apparently, you've already used your reroll. Do we go for a dirty? Do we try and get a dirty player foul? Can we get a dirty player foul on that werewolf?
It's not good right now though, with the white there negating a lot of the assists.
I think you definitely need to move him forward, regardless. Does a bit of both. He helps split up the play a bit more. Now, there's a lot of Saints on the wrong side of the pitch now. We are going to see... I reckon we might see a desperation play here. Because that werewolf is in scoring position.
I love that we're having a discussion about Arthurian myth in the chat as well. I wasn't sure if people would be kind of, annoyed we're going completely off topic with everything, but apparently no, it's what people came for, is discussion of origins of myth. So I guess we just swing into that anytime we've not got anything else going on.
Like my favourite bit of folklore that I know about is the conqueror steps off his boat as he goes to the new land. He falls face first into the sand. He says, "I have grabbed a hold of this land." That quote is attributed to so many people throughout history. It's attributed to like two English kings, Julius Caesar, the guy that actually conquered England from the Roman that actually conquered England, and that's just the ones I know. I suspect there's probably some Nordic versions of it as well, all over the place. I suspect that little bit of folklore is used.
So, Calgum, are you saying that either we shouldn't trust anything we read, or a lot of people fall over on a lot of beaches and none of them are very original?
I think it's quite difficult to climb outside of a boat. I think that's the only thing we can tell.
Maybe it's one of those things that literally all of them did say. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's just the thing you say if you fall out of your boat and land on your face. And, it's the cliche that everyone rolls their eyes at the time. But later,
it's like, oh god, Billy the Conk, he's gonna do that thing that everyone does.
Yep, everyone was waiting for it. They're waiting for it. He's like, what? And he does it on purpose a little bit.
I bet Napoleon did it in Egypt as well. I bet Napoleon did that in Egypt. He didn't even conquer Egypt, but I bet if he tried to,
he would have done it. He's you. Joseph Campbell, Kanuki. You going out the area. I have any idea what you're talking about. Is Joseph Campbell a historian or a historical figure?
Or a writer? He might be a writer. I don't know. I'm gonna Google it and pretend I know what I'm talking about.
Alright, I'll cover for you. Why, Calagum, I believe you're an expert on Joseph Campbell. You were talking to me about Joseph Campbell the other day.
He was a professor of literature at St. Lawrence College, who worked in comparative mythology and comparative religion. His work covers many aspects of the human experience. Campbell's best known work is The Hero with 1,000 Faces. And that definitely wasn't taken from joecampbellfoundation.com.
Yes, I've got to read the Hero with 1,000 Faces because it's a very influential work. And let's check back in on the game again.
We keep getting off topic, but who cares?
Well, I mean, the game is progressing, as more or less as expected. I think you're doing a pretty good job of predicting what's going to happen anyway, so it's not like we're getting too many surprises. We did have a fairly heavy move from Shieldbearer, as you mentioned. their team kind of a little bit out of position, so they've had to really scramble to get back over to the left-hand side of the pitch.
What we're going to see is the werewolf dodge and do a blitz, most likely.
It's a plus agility wolf, so why the heck not?
Who to blitz? I don't know. Do you want to take the 1 dice against the ball carrier, or do you want to take the 2 dice into a 1 dice? He's not even doing that.
Neither.
So what's his plan with that? He's got no other options for the blitz other than the blitzer, but he can't go for that block that you're highlighting just there, because that is a 2 dice against. Oh no, it's a 1 dice.
We've got 2 assists against 2 assists. Yeah, so it's evening out even with the guard in play. Okay, so that's a bit unfortunate. Clonked. So we've got what? We've got pretty much an open run down to the end zone, don't we?
Yeah. The question is, do you take it now, or do you try and delay? I suppose it does matter. It does depend on how many blocks you take.
Ah, I like it, Kanuki. Let's try and tie... Yes, we'll try and tie back in the hero with 1,000 faces to today's stuff. Excellent.
Well, our hero is a tragic hero, because no matter how good he does today, he will not be getting a level up.
That's true. Oh, right, Kanuki, could you throw some hero archetypes at us, and we're trying to sign. We've got 11 archetypes and 11 players on the pitch. Why? That's too much of a coincidence to put aside.
I am pretty sure there's going to be a Blood Bowl. Someone's going to make a Blood Bowl team based on that, if they haven't already done that. I think my favourite... what's your favourite named team that you've seen this season?
Ah!
Oh, Carlton is dead. And...
Dead! Dead!
Skill! Fake skill!
Oh my gosh.
That's
wow.
So that's not the...
That's 2 games and 2 deaths for Shieldberry's squad.
I think it's 2 games and 2 deaths for Cardinal Sin.
Is it?
I think he died in the last game as well.
Oh, we got better though.
Just not this time.
Oh boy. Well, that sucks. That is... Yeah, it's well, I mean, it's not like the end of the world. It's still just a mighty blow white. I don't know if either of us checked to see how much cash Shieldberry had in the bank coming into this one, but...
He had 20k before the game started, and he...
Ugh.
So... Yeah, how much is a white? White's 80k, isn't it? Maybe 90k?
It's, I think, relatively expensive.
Not Blitzer, not Kislev Blitzer or Ward Art's expensive, but it's quite expensive.
Yes.
What's going to happen to the other white?
He's going to get... Well,
nothing.
He does get slapped, but nothing too bad. Oh, there's 7 archetypes. Alright, Kanuki, well, we can always make up 4 more.
7 archetypes, and
Blood Bowl 7s.
Blood Bowl 7s, yeah, back to it. Oh, hello. Hello.
Hello!
Hello! Cheers, love! Cavalry's here!
There we go, there's the blitz from bad players working, who is quite a long way off from leveling themselves, but won't be able to hand off or pass, because they have already blitzed. And
maybe make it go for it, just to keep it safe. Actually, no, don't make it go for it.
Who's going to even hit you, though?
I mean, that's a 4+ dodge to get a 1 dice. And then if you add the other one, that's 3+ dodge and go for it. Yeah.
Still in range.
He's checking it again. He's checking it again.
Still in range, theoretically.
So this is our hero who's going to score 2 touchdowns this game.
The hero with 1,000
hero.
touchdowns.
The hero with 1,000 touchdowns.
That's pretty good.
Oh dear.
Not all heroes as archetypes need to go back to... Oh, so Hero, Mentor, Threshold Guardian, Herald, Shapeshifter, Shadow, and Trickster. Okay. Interesting. Shall we do a little bit of literary abuse, I guess? take someone's hard-earned work and then misinterpret it based off of a very loose understanding of how it works.
Yeah, you can easily apply them to Star Wars, because the hero is Luke, the mentor is Obi-Wan. Threshold. Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Guardian is Han, though he could also be the trickster, I guess.
I think, yeah. I think Yoda would... I guess maybe they're not all, like, directly those.
The Herald is Leia. Leia's the Herald.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Leia
Help me, everyone.
Shapeshifter. So Shapeshifter, I'm going to assume, is a bad guy turned good. So, Vader?
Yes. Could be. I get the impression that Lucas kind of quite directly took the Hero of the Thousand Faces stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm going to just like use this as is rather than really adapting it too heavily.
I believe it was influenced by Seven Samurai.
Yes, I think so as well. I think Star Wars is just ripping off a bunch of stuff. But I guess that's the thing though, it's like if you're the first person to make a movie where you rip off a particular, you know, kind of school of thought, then you come off as
Hidden Fortress, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't mean it. Yeah, because it's not so overt, because it's a genre change. It's a change of genre, so you can Lucas gets away with it. But let's think. What's a really blatant example of a rip-off?
Wasn't the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly or something? Isn't that ripping off some sort of... I know, yeah, Kurosawa. Oh, hello, we've got a 2-die block. It's going to be...
You got to reroll that. You got to reroll that. Really? Oh, you already used it.
They haven't got a reroll anymore.
Yeah.
Where did the reroll go? Was it on this turn?
It went on the dodge. Went on the first dodge.
Okay, I mean, that was a 5+ dodge, so fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
They did pretty well to actually get that 2-die block.
Wasn't that hard. I could see the 2 dice coming. It was just not likely to pay off. Obviously he needs to get that werewolf out. Actually, no, he doesn't, because it's going to be a simple dodge away and score. That's what we're going to see next turn.
Oh, Kanuki, yes. Magnificent Seven was the Western remake of Seven Samurai. That's probably the one which I'm thinking of, where it's like directly taking off. I think. Callaghan, I don't know if you've seen Yojimbo. Apparently, I've not seen it myself, but I heard that's quite influential.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen much cinema recently, actually, because of the current climate.
Well, I mean, these are the kind of films you can watch at home.
True. What film did I watch recently? Oh, no, I watched Hamilton recently.
I did as well. That was a lot of fun. I'd heard the songs before, but it was different to watch it for myself. Okay, so we've got an interesting situation developing down here. Bad play's working, can't dodge away easily. Well, actually, no, they can. They've got dodge, but they're only agility 3, so ideally... Oh! Ooh. Double skulls! Okay, so...
I was gonna...
So what do you do
So
now?
my theory was he was going to do a blitz. He was going to do a blitz.
Oh wait, you blitz here.
Blitz.
You blitz here. You chain push your guy onto the end zone. There we go. Sorted.
And he gets a knockdown for good measure.
Gets a KO as well.
A KO. So that's both whites down, and that is going to be the half over.
1-1. Not bad at all. So it's not just admin privilege that's gotten Hindi this far. That was pretty sweet.
Well, he was in a league with he was in a league. He was in a division with another admin. So.
Oh, you're thinking? Are we just throwing around vague accusations of collusion for no good reason?
No. Blood Bowl coaches are a pride group. They will not throw a game. I'm just saying that it did require a bit more than average admin privilege to get past Haringzord.
Yes, I mean that's something which I'm really looking forward to. Certainly coming to this one. And as much as the Blood Bowl community is not, necessarily enormous, there are still name coaches who are exciting to see. Herring Zord, the Sage, for instance, like
Andy Davo, he's gone. I know. K-Folk doesn't play in Rebel, but he's another good. He's a objectively very good coach. Ooh, another deep kick.
Very deep. But when you've got movement 9, I guess you just don't care.
He has a whole half as well.
Oh yes, so just to catch up on the there. So for Shieldberry, their Zombie and Ghoul both stay KO'd. For Hindi, their entire team is up and running, so it's 3 removed players versus 0 right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be. As long as he can stop, as long as Hindi can stop lots of players from rushing through, probably bring your tackle White back as a safety just to help with the defend against any werewolf shenanigans. Would be my idea, but going on the offensive here, putting some pressure is there's a foul. There's a nice foul there, potentially.
Wait, on the zombies?
Yeah, and a zombie. I'd trade dirty player, but I'd trade dirty player for tackle.
I guess that's fair enough, especially when you're in a situation where your best player is specifically only dealable with by players with tackle. In fact, is that the only tackle left? No, there's one. I can see a reasoning though at this point when you've got numbers advantage to try and extend that number advantage further. Oh, ball pick up. It's good.
Nothing wrong with that. Massive Ghoul touchdown. How many SPP aways from a touchdown is that? Oh, the Ghoul's already got a touchdown. Got an SPP, sorry. So let's look around. There's 2 players still about. 1 zombie on Hindi's team needs a level up. Well, needs SPP for a level up. And the Blitzer. And then the werewolf with the werewolf without any skills needs to get a level up for Shieldberry's team.
Yes, Lupus is the one who's really, really needing that. It does remind me of the Kislev Blitzes. I know I'm going to use Kislev a lot as my touchstone for my references. Because that's just what I know. But certainly in terms of... It's kind of hard to get them those initial SPP just because they lack the block and things to make their... if you're going to commit a blitz in for the player, you kind of want to have at least some guarantee of a decent result. And without block, it feels like you have to chance it each time.
Kanuki, I have been keeping an eye on C because my friend Cranky Goblin is playing in that one, and he's not had a good time of it.
No.
He lost 4-0, and he also lost to a coach from Counterfeits division. Yeah, called Misra, who was the... I can't remember what group you're in, what division you're in. But Misra doing so well has screwed up this group because Misra was too good.
Yep, Misra's Underworld. Underworld are actually doing pretty well in the play-ins from what I've seen. Well, we can always go. We can check in on Group C after this and see how they're doing. Because yes, yeah. I'm excited to see how Misra does because they did really, really well.
Considering they were a ramp up. Oh yeah. Misra came in, won your group with 1 less game than everyone.
Yes.
So and that means he got a standard ticket as opposed to the play-ins ticket, which means the person finished second, not play-ins,
In Ramp Up.
Ramp
Yes.
Up. Ramp Up, that's what it's called. Didn't realise that he was in, so didn't take his ticket.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Kanuki's been trying to get to him.
Yes, that's really unfortunate. I kind of wish that someone else, like maybe they took just the third coach and Ramp Up or something, because it's a bit of a shame. So, as we turn our eyes back towards the game again, we can see that there's a lot of Shieldberry players currently on the floor, surrounded by good people.
This is damage limitation here now for Shieldberry. It is, I think this is, yeah, the fact that he didn't even try to, this is keeling over, accepting defeat.
Oof, rough times.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, isn't it? Because at this point, I mean, you're in this position, Caligum, you're playing in these plans. If you're in Hindy's position, does it make sense to try and foul and kind of injure Shieldberry, or does it make sense to try and leave him as healthy as possible for your other opponents?
As healthy as possible, because they are now assuming that you're going to win this game. Hindy's going to win this game, which I think everyone's quite confident that. I wouldn't be a betting man, but if I was, I'd bet on Hindy at this point.
Sure.
You've got the win here. You don't want to hurt your opponent's team because you want your opponent to stop your rivals. Because claw against Chorfs is very important. And there is a Chorf team in this league.
Yes. I guess you've really got to, in this situation here, sort of map out each of the team's journeys through the play-ins and see, like, are they going to be playing against this team before me? And that maybe will skew you. Kanuki, you're playing Tonsors Dwarfs tomorrow in the Bourbon Derby. Wait.
Oh, yes! Yes! You're the other Bourbon. Yeah. We've got a Chorf team which we call Bourbon, and we've got a Pro Elf team with Bourbon in their name.
Oh, nice!
And it was I think it was Chorf team, but it's the highlight of C. The highlight of C. So, Kanuki, you're in Cranky Goblins group then, I take it. Because I think the Bourbons are in Cranky Goblins one.
Oh, neat. Aww.
Yeah, see.
I see. Alright, so we're kind of fortunate in that this game has more or less come to a conclusion quite far ahead of time, because we haven't been paying that much attention to it, which is bad of us, but yeah, there's not a whole lot of movement here, just Shieldberry moving their players back. So something I did notice from the rules, which I wasn't totally clear on what it actually meant, was in this case, like, this is effectively a concession from Shieldberry. They're not sort of engaging with the ball anymore, or even trying to chase it. Like, so what? I don't know if you know, but like, what are the kind of what is the whole thing with REBBL and oh, hello.
It's ambitious.
Oh, he
looks
caught
like
it.
animation. Look like your animation's glitched up. Press escape. It's going slowly.
Wow. What?
Okay, that's a level flesh golem.
Okay. That was weird. Sure, Toilet Humor gets 1 SCP, and now it looks like the Herbalism's going to get 3.
Yeah. In case you're up against me after I've been battered and bruised by the Chorfs. Like this game, my next game's going to be the important game, because if I can keep my team relatively intact, I've got a good chance.
So, am I right in understanding that for all of the play-ins teams and everything, so once we've completed this first season, we go up to Division 4 next season, assuming that we do?
Regardless, you're going up to Division 4, at least.
So
unless you play... Carry on?
Sorry, yes, unless one of the teams does really well in the playoffs. So, in Division 4, we will be playing in much larger divisions for a longer regular season.
Yes. Yes, we'll be playing a 13-game season.
Okay. And yes, well, Caligum, what do you reckon your chances, looking at the field of competition, are of winning that Superb Owl?
If I get to the Superb Owl, I will get knocked out in the first round. I won't get to the Superb Owl because this is a quality performance by Hindy.
Well, you've not played against this... Well, okay. So
I want to go back to something
Okay.
So Cranky Goblin, he plays in a little local league with me, and we got to the finals of it. I was playing Bretonians, he was playing Skaven.
Okay.
And he won the game because he won the coin toss at the start of extra time, and he had a one-turner gutter runner, and I was fuming to lose like that. Absolutely fuming.
Your pain is my entertainment. Yeah, I do think that if you're not going to redesign Blood Bowl from the ground up, which I'm not 100% against, like, if it was done with the right intentions in mind. But, like, if you're going to tweak stuff, certainly the sort of the tiebreaker kind of rules in Blood Bowl do not seem like its strongest suit by a long way.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's the rules. I don't think the rules are fair, but they're the rules.
Kanuki, what's the difference for the overtime format and REBBL then? Wait, what? Are we going to see another pass? Oh my god.
No cares. But that was stupid because there is now a chance to steal.
Yeah, okay.
That was stupid.
Yeah, so Shieldberry can presumably, I guess, either you're looking to knock this player over or knock the player onto the ball and hope for a good coin flip scatter away from the rest of the guys here.
Yeah, you blitz with one of the flesh golems, and then you blitz one of the flesh golems, you pass with the edged up one to the other werewolf, and then you just run.
Okay, here we go. So, some screwing around on Hindy's part. Will we see the push on the ball? It's a knockover? No.
Not on the ball.
Alright. So, no armor break. But the Wolves, the plus AG Wolf is in a good position to grab it. And just as you say, we've got a whole line of players ready to go here on the pitch. You can all stand up and get themselves to form a very nice line. The Wolf can run up behind.
That was brave. And it failed.
Brazen is the word I'd use.
Yes. His overconfidence was his downfall. The teams I was playing in my league, when I got through to the play-ins, I was talking with them, and the way I was talking like a proper elf. Proper arrogant, you know? And they were like, your overconfidence will be your downfall.
Yes.
Come on. Don't snake it.
Dodge makes it.
No.
There's a pass?
No, don't make the pass.
No?
How many more movement does he have? You've got to try and protect that ball. Oh! You've got to make a go for it, I think.
You're in a much better position also. You can move the flesh column in. I think that's the thing, isn't it? That would have maybe been a better idea from... oh, no, it's going to be the pass. Is it good? Is it good? Is it good?
That's brave.
It's good!
That's brave. Oh, no! That's the game! That's the game completely turned. That's completely turned the game. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
boy. I don't like that Shieldberry waited until this point to get the zombies up, but yeah, we've got the wall. The wall has been constructed. The hubris of Hindy, just as Kanuki said, has bitten them in the behind, and I think that decision, that line of reasoning, could have just cost Hindy a place in the playoffs.
I mean, you got to move that flesh golem just to secure it. Move that flesh golem back and to the right, but to the left a little bit.
Let's see. So who can reach? It's got to be the wolves, right?
Yeah, the wolves can reach. They've got. You're going to just maximise the amount of dodges your opponent has to make.
Okay, so yeah, so do you end up with Mr. Sinister just going here next to the... that seems like the most obvious place to go. Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah. Like here. I would move him back. I don't think I'd base the werewolf. I think I would put him... right between the zombie and the werewolf. The opponent's zombie and the werewolf.
Oh, so
yeah, right there. because consider where the werewolves are coming from. That's maximising the amount of dodges the opponent team has to make.
Let's see if they agree. And they do.
Right, I'm going to check chat. Is he listening? He's not in chat.
Alright, so Hindi, can they salvage a game which they had beyond all doubt and then literally threw away with a Flesh Golem, 2 Flesh Golem pass? That was honestly some of the most appalling Blood Bowl I've seen for quite some time. Basie?
So the play is probably blitz one of those 2 zombies. And yeah, the middle zombie. And try and get as much through the gap as you can.
Terrible, terrible. We have to have a word with the Puffin. Wait, what? What's Puffin, Kanuki?
Right then, that joke has gone right up there. It's gone right up there. Well over. Well over.
It's over me head.
And this is a puffin.
Hindi's is the Puffin. Oh, check his avatar. Oh, okay. Right. Okay, here we go.
Yes, of course, that makes sense. That makes sense.
1 hit. 2 hit.
See, when you have to explain...
Oh!
Ooh.
You hate to see it. But that's going to be an injury.
Love to see it at the same time. Oh, that nice clean armor has just been bloodied. Nochidoza is
out of here.
Off the pitch and regen fails.
This means a door is open for all of the good people to make it through and start approaching the ball carrier. And this is a
Not
ball
quite
carrier
yet.
who's got
He needs to block down the dirty player. He's got to block down the dirty player first.
Oh, that's true. Yes. Yes.
And if he rolls
otherwise it's
only a
gonna be dodge.
push, if he only rolls a push though, that's bad news.
All right. Let's see
Actually,
what
probably
happens.
go the other way.
Okay, so, nice catch down to Mr. Sinister, who probably is going to end up dodging next turn anyway. It's going to be a good hit. And Desperation the zombie will not be able to cover. So the path is open. Who is going to take it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice, not even a go for it to base the ball carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Zombie dodge out to cover the doggo. Interesting. Which zombie's this?
Yes. He's talking the other. He's talking from the purpose of Shieldberry.
Oh, I
Shieldberry
see.
would dodge out to base the movement up one. It's the obvious. It's the play, but obviously you want to move your werewolf upfield first.
Whoop.
And he fails and go for it, and that's really bad.
Yeah, the reroll already burnt on that double skulls from earlier on in the turn. Means now Shieldberry has the chance to make a break for it. All of the players are marked though, so I wonder what they're going to go for here.
Make it go for it, and then dodge the tackle one out.
Okay. Do you go for Mr. Sin... Mr. Sinister's got dodge built in, but they agility 2. The zombies are also agility 2, so with the reroll, the chances are exactly the same.
Yes, but the zombie has tackle. You potentially might blitz off first with him. Do you make the go for it? You make the go for it, surely. And you definitely don't stay there, because there's a frenzy. There's a potential frenzy.
Yeah, that's... for a player who's using a werewolf that has frenzy, that seems like a pretty major oversight if they do decide to go that way.
You have to take the go for it. You have to make those go for it if you want to punish Hindi's arrogance.
So let's see. So the downed werewolf is still within reach. So even if you do mark up, it's still going to be...
Yeah, you still have to make the cheats to go for it.
Yeah, 2 going for it isn't that big of an ask.
Well, you make one go for it, and then you make the other go for it if you don't make a burn a reroll.
So, yeah, I would expect to see... No, they're not moving him at all.
What are you doing? Is he in blitzing range with that werewolf? Is that werewolf in blitzing range? Otherwise, no, sorry. The adjunct werewolf is the adjunct werewolf in blitzing range of the blitzer. Yes.
Yes, so they'd have to go through some dodging into tackle zones. Yes,
yeah,
it does seem like we're in surf territory here, and I don't understand why that is. Oh, there we go. There's a blitz. Gonna free up the flesh golem and get a knockdown for your troubles as well onto violent video games. The most dangerous.
How many more movement does he have? No, what the first dice was a power, the second dice was not a skull, so obviously the go for it was the correct option. So obviously you make that go for it and base the tackle werewolf. And you got to move the flesh golem. They make it save a bad situation here.
I wouldn't have minded seeing the flesh golem ending up here.
No, I think the flesh golem on the corner.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, sorry, that's better. Okay.
Stand that guy up, and then please move the tackle one. The tackle dodge is going to fail now, isn't it?
Okay, one dice block. That's seemed risky. I guess not. No, wait. No, that's risky. About the same as risky. I would have thought, as making the dodge.
The dodge's actually got slightly worse odds.
So you've got like 2 dice rolls that are bad. Wait, no! No dodge away. It's relying entirely on the flesh golem to be able to stand in the way. This is... What?
Well, boys, surf's up.
Dodge out this combo. I mean, given how little the zombie's contributing at this point, you're right, like, there doesn't seem to be any reason not to dodge out. And because if you get that zombie in there, you've almost guaranteed that this one is not getting to the ball. I mean, this one's definitely going to dodge away and get the hit in, but you've got a much better chance. But this is... Oh my! What?
Saved by Nuffle! Saved by Nuffle!
Double ones! Double ones! That is horrific. That's so bad. What a terrible way for a playing game to end.
Don't score now, don't score now.
Oh.
Cool. He's going to delay. He's going to delay, because he can afford to delay by at least one turn. And hopefully Shieldbury does me a favour and hurts someone.
Oh boy. So those AG3... No, yeah, AG3 dodges. I keep confusing the plus movement werewolf with the plus agility werewolf because they're so similar.
Yeah, the white's obviously a very big surf target, but you might get counter-surfed if you're not careful.
Yes, there is another werewolf here, and you can just move an assist into this space and have that instant surf in return. I think at this point it might be worth it, just because if that happens, then that's what they're using their blitz on, rather than chasing after the ball. Though, actually, no, I say that. There's no way you're catching the ball or carry at this point, especially with a friendly wolf in the way.
Now, is there anything that he's going to get blitzed here? He's going to take a turn without a blitz.
I mean, I don't hate it if you can get away with it.
You know that a coach has not made enough fouls when they still have their dirty player on the pitch.
Yes, that's true.
Is this going to be a 5+, 4+ just to get a foul? Please, try it. But it's a bad idea.
I mean, surely you just go for the foul. Okay, there's... So it's going to be going for it, I think, to make the foul. Yep, makes it. And the foul is... Oh, wow, it worked.
Badly hurt. Badly hurt, and bye-bye.
Good trade there.
Bye-bye, Headless Cross. It is a good trade. The score is guaranteed, unless we see some stupid stuff.
Hey, it's our friend the Ghoul from earlier on.
The Ghoul. which I say is a bad piece, and you say is a good piece.
I don't think it's. I think it's got a lot to recommend it compared to other similar pieces. Like, not having regeneration and not having apothecary is really bad, along with low armor. But it's got higher strength than any sort of equivalent piece, which is big, and it becomes a useful piece with one level up, which is, which isn't too bad. And also, the kind of invisible thing it does is it means that your werewolves aren't stuck holding onto the ball. That in itself, like not having a white or a werewolf holding the ball, I think is enough to justify the ghoul's existence on the team. Oh boy!
Don't be wrong. Looks like we're going to see a one-turn attempt, because that's forced a touchdown. That's forced a touchdown there.
Yeah, I can't see any way this doesn't go through unless you could throw it over. No, you're not getting out of range of either of these guys.
He's got the way. This whale's going to get a level up anyway, and he's going to be fine with that.
Yes, we're assuming it's going to be block. As what? Not even a little circle of celebration before you go in. What a wasted opportunity there for Saints Gone Wild. But an amazing steal of the ball, an amazing play-ins victory here. I mean, this is exactly what you wanted, Caldegon. I mean, yes,
it's
not
what
over
I
yet.
wanted, but it's not quite over yet. There is still the one-turn attempt, followed by a counter one-turn attempt, and there could be a blitz.
All right, so we've got one of those KOs coming back from Shieldberry, so they are a little bit less anemic. We've got one sent off, one dead, and two badly hurt zombies. So down 5 players is Shieldberry right now. That's why their lineup is looking pretty thin.
But even then, you still got to put your 2 stand firm players on the line, and then everyone else needs to run away.
Okay, so level up Wolf. AG Wolf. So we've got one turn for Hindi to make their one-turn touchdown. Based on the formation Shieldberry is putting out here, and I mean, obviously this is subject to change, do you think it's going to happen?
I think we're going to see an attempt, obviously. We are still looking at a 1-die into 2-die frenzy, followed by... Are we going to see that? We're going to see the werewolf. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, we're going to see a 1-die into a 2-die frenzy. We're going to see... The werewolf needs to be pushed twice. We are going to... It's going to be a 4+ catch, a 3+ pickup, possibly a 4+ or 3+ throw. Maybe not though. It might be a handed off. Some go for it, and of course another 4+ and another 3+ dodge.
Sounds easy.
It's not. And just to make it worse, that ghoul's good. That ghoul and zombie's good placement means that it's.
Have you got... actually, there is a calculator online for Blood Bowl odds that is built for specifically this thing. Let's see. Blood Bowl calculator. Okay, let's see. Action calculator. So if you can, throw me those dice again, and we'll work out the exact numbers.
When we'll see where the ball lands first. Okay. So we'll keep the throw out of it. So a 4+ catch.
Okay. Yep.
4+ dodge.
Yep.
3+ dodge.
Yep.
1-die push.
Okay. Yep.
And only push. It can't be a POW. Has to be only push. Then 2-die push POW.
Push POW. Okay.
That is excluding the pickup catch. That's excluding the pickup.
So 3+ pickup.
3+ pickup. It's 3+ pickup, and it could be a 5+ throw.
Okay. Alright. So, using the odds calculator on luk.com, assuming that I've put this in correctly. Oh, there, Kanuki, thank you for the link. It's coming out as less than 1% chance of success without a team reroll, and just under 4% chance of success with a team reroll. So, there you go.
So, as Kanuki kindly put it, i.e., dice.
Let's get diced! Oh boy, this is a game that's going to stick with Hindi for quite a while, I suspect.
Oh, I do think what we're going to see first is we're going to see the Flesh Golem get punched down first.
Yes,
The guard Flesh Golem get punched down.
Does the Flesh Golem's having stand firm, does that mess up the one-turn touchdown?
Yes, which is why he's going for the guy in the middle, not the Flesh Golem. And that will really mess up the one-turn touchdown attempt. So you put the werewolf, you blitz the werewolf, even though it's a 1 dice. You just blitz that werewolf.
The retribution will definitely be there. Kanuki, yeah, I genuinely forgot I was not watching a training grounds game when those passes started happening, because it felt like that's what Hindi was doing those for, was just to try and chance their arm at picking up some SVP. But yeah, this is just bizarre.
And Shieldberry has potentially... That's 2 dice against because he miscalculated. But it's enough. He got enough. He stopped that. Clearly, Nuffle doesn't like Hindi.
No, I mean, I feel like Hindi's done enough to incur that wrath. So, fair enough.
Right. Yeah. But Shieldberry, surely, Shieldberry should have...
What?
What was that for? I have no idea what that was for.
No, it was a 5+ dodge.
Mm-hmm.
I assume a misclick.
Right, so, is it possible still? No.
Yes, he dodged out and then seemingly
So
back in
what
again?
he did is he dodged in, he dodged out, and he shook it all about.
Oh. I see, afflicted by that hokey cokey curse which has been going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, but he didn't turn around, he's still face up.
Ah. Well, evidently it's not taken full hold. Perhaps they can still be saved. Yes, the hokey pokey. That's right, it's the off-brand version of that other curse which we don't speak of for trademark issues. Alright, Hindi, what you're gonna do? I mean, if we're gonna be true to form here for Hindi, then we're gonna try and farm some SVP by picking up the ball and throwing it to a zombie.
I mean, it's game over. I mean, I'd have liked Shieldberry to put a piece up in scoring position. Because why not? Why not?
I guess I don't want it to get blitz is probably the why not.
Because no, because he's still trying to work out. Still spend some time working out. Is there one turn attempt? Is there still a 1 turn attempt?
It looks like that's going to be attempted.
Oh, we're going for the other werewolf, are we?
Okay. So how's this gonna work?
It's 1 more push required. So 1 more push required. So this one's going to have...
Oh, does that screw it up?
Yes, because of the KO. Actually, let's think. Depends how far it comes in from. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it doesn't screw it up.
Okay. I'd imagine having a stand firm player out of the way is probably generally to your advantage. So let's see. So, wait.
Oh, and no, he has screwed it up. He has screwed it up unless he puts 1 more. Yeah, he has screwed it up.
Oh, that's too bad. It would have been a fun way to end the game. So let's start the theory here. So what? So currently 3 spaces away from a double going for it into the end zone.
So the first going through it's quite easy to see. The second block from Frenzy is going to push the Flesh Golem into the hole behind the other Flesh Golem.
Isn't the Flesh Golem just going to stand firm though?
No.
Oh no, sorry, the Flesh Golem on Hindy's team, yeah. Oh, there we go. So yes, we've got these. Let's. I'll do it out on the screen and.
Still not going to do it.
So
1, 2, 1, and then 2. Yeah, he gets pushed out again, but he's not got enough. Get pushed, and that was a mistake.
Whoops. Well, I mean, what better way to end out what has been a performance that will live on in infamy than to screw up your attempt at the one-turn touchdown as well.
I don't think the one-turn touchdown was anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's going to end up with a foul, surely. It'd be rude not to.
Thank you for your lecture on myths and heroes. It was very good. I'm glad that we're able to, I feel like we're all kind of growing as people, that we're able to discuss things outside the game while not paying attention to what we should be doing.
I think it's better to not pay attention to the actual game. It's on in the background. We're talking about it occasionally when important stuff happens.
If you are a fan of, if you're a fan of commentators not really paying attention to the game, I can really recommend a sadly finished but still worth listening to podcast series called The Pistol Shrimps, where a bunch of guys who don't know anything about basketball comment on a women's basketball league, and it's pretty amazing.
Is that the same Pistol Shrimps that did the YouTube channel?
Probably yes.
The Pistol Shrimps.
Pistol Shrimps Radio. It's a podcast which it sounded like I didn't realise that Calvion there was also a YouTube channel, but I can believe it.
Their YouTube channel, they inserted themselves into Harry Potter and changed the meaning of Harry Potter in many different ways. For example, they changed the Half-Blood Prince into a story about starting a band.
Okay, that's interesting. So yes, Kanuki, it's the Pistol Shrimps Radio. I will find this Pistol Shrimps on YouTube. So there we go.
Let's look at the SPP.
Oh yes. So after all is said and done, oh man, 8 on Lupus Day, 2 on Nikolai. No
14 in total. And 50 on the side.
Yeah, Toilet Humor. Wait, who is Toilet Humor? That's a ghoul. Okay, not bad.
So Toilet Humor's got a level up. Lupus Day's got a level up.
Almost 2 level ups. They did really well out of that game.
Yeah, let's go look at the teams.
Alright, so hopefully they've gone through and done their level ups now, if we're lucky. Time to go back the long way. Boop, 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 boop. Hopefully, well, let's be fair, this time we should give them an opportunity to do level ups if they're going to do it straight away. But yeah, Kanuki, I hope that you have fun with that one. It looks like they've got the level ups in there, but it doesn't look like they've actually done them yet.
Oh well, I do have to disappear as well, unfortunately, because of the whole slight delay in the middle of the game. Oh, we have got one level up on Hindi, I think.
Are we?
Yeah, I think we'll play level up.
Oh yes, yeah, there we go.
They've leveled up now. Sure hands on the ghoul, and it was the Mighty Blow White has also got guard.
Oh, was that new?
Yes, that's new.
Okay, yeah, but no, yes, you're right. There we go. So, both whites with guard, one with Mighty Blow, one with tackle. I like it.
And now let's look at the team. Saint's gone wild. We've got
block
on Lupus Day, which is kind of obvious, and we've got a new card. We've got a new Cardinal Sin.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And Montecore's got block.
There we go. So not bad. Both teams come out of that one okay, but Hindi throwing the game away there. on some passes. We will have to see. We'll have to keep an eye out, Kanuki, if this does end up costing Hindu the playoffs. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, Callaghan, for joining me on the commentary desk. That'll be all for us tonight. I believe the next game, assuming that nothing else crops up in the intervening time, is going to be at Tuesday.
Right.
Your game. Tuesday.
Yeah, so I won't
UK
be here
time.
for that one.
Yes, probably for the best.
I might be there afterwards if you're available. I might be here.
Yeah,
afterwards.
we can always go back and go for the game. Who are you playing against, Callaghan?
REBBL Chorfing. I can't remember the coach. Huan Chi.
Ah, let's have a look.
But yeah, I'll go disappear.
All right, catch you later, and thank you.
Been a
again for
treat.
joining.
Bye bye, chat. I'll catch you next one.
Cool. So let's have a quick look over what the Chaos Dwarf team has got for Callaghan. That's right, this is the team with 5 Mighty Blow. I think they used to have 6 because they used to have a Minotaur. But now they don't, because that Minotaur is now dead. I can't believe that teams don't have a graveyard built into them in the actual game itself. It's just outrageous. But as people were saying, it's probably for the best the Minotaur is dead because it wasn't doing that much for the team anyway. Yeah, Mighty Blow, Claw, all that good stuff. Let's have a quick look at what Callaghan's got going on for that Tuesday match. They've got themselves a War Dancer with Strip Ball and Tackle. Very nice, very nice. They've got a War Dancer with Sidestep and Shadowing, I think. Yes, Sidestep and Shadowing. See, that's the Shadowing one. That's a good example of a icon that actually gets across its idea well. And then just a whole bunch of folks with just various things. The Double Guard, I'm not convinced by on a Wood Elf team, just because it feels like you're putting yourself in a position where you're going to try and take fights because you've got Double Guard. But I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's going to be useless, but I don't know if it's going to necessarily be hugely useful. I guess an MVP and a level up on either of these guys would put them into block guard territory, which would be pretty good. Even though armor value 7 means that they are probably not the greatest long-term prospect. Wrestle Dodge guy I like. Catcher with Sprint. Well, I mean, that comes built in is okay. Tarzan Tim. Oh, that's right, the level 4 with Diving Tackle and Sidestep, you've got minus movement. Not great. Don't know if they'll stick around. Certainly they're a big investment to be less effective on than they would be otherwise. I don't know. We'll see how Callaghan ends up doing. For now, yes, Tuesday at 6 is the current plan on picking up for that next match from the play-ins. And we've got Nufflex Machina getting the bye this time round. Let's just check in on them. The human team. I don't see a huge amount of them. Kia. They've got a lot of guard. Yeah, they've got 4 guards right now and a plus AG Blitzer. That's not too bad at all. Plus movement thrower and block. Catcher with sidestep and diving tackle, which seems to be a pretty popular combo. At least this catcher's got an armor value 8. I'm curious. I don't know who popularized that, but it seems like it's getting around. I mean, it's not bad. I think maybe people like Sage are trying to push coaches to be a little bit more creative with their skill choices, which is good. I suspect there's like a little bit of untapped sort of gameplay avenues which people haven't gone for. Hey Leros, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately you've come at just the wrong time because we're tying things up for this evening. I am going to be back at roughly the same time on Tuesday, 6 o'clock UK time. So Leros, if you do happen to be a Blood Bowl fan, or if you'd be interested in the game, I'll be back for more of the Reddit Eternal Blood Bowl League then. But for now, I'm going to call it a night. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today, and I very much enjoyed talking to you all as well. But for now, that's all the Blood Bowl we have. We'll see you on Tuesday for the next match